What is going down, fellas? So check it out, dude. It's Sunday, and with that, like we always do, happy Sunday, fellas. Now, we're out here messing with the pit bike today, but that's not the purpose of the video. So I'm gonna show you the parts, and I got some more ideas kind of rolling with the pit bike. We had to get the swing arm together. We got it together, and I'm gonna give you a shot of that. Now, the purpose of the whole video is that DIY Dad's coming over. We got to do an oil change on his car, which is an 06 Acura TL, and an oil change on my 09 Ram 1500. But he wants to change out the Evap purge valve solenoid because we checked it out a while back. It was the P0497 code he was getting on his 06 Acura TL. So we're gonna change that out. We're gonna go over it, and that'll be that. So I'm gonna give you a quick shot of the parts, and then that'll be what time it is, guys. So y'all sit back and relax, enjoy the content like always, and we're gonna get this party started. Let's jump into this real quick while we're waiting on DIY Dad to get here, man. So I did drop back and punt, man, and I did sand it down a little bit to get some of the hot spots out of it, man. I couldn't stand it. Now, I hit it with another coat of black. I have it sitting out here in the sun today. You can see it kind of bubbled up right there a little bit, but it is what it is, man. So I'm gonna let it sit out here since we're gonna be out here today, me and DIY Dad, or let me say that correctly, DIY Dad and I. And I'm gonna let it dry, and then we're gonna hit it with a coat of clear, and then that'll be that, man. So we did get that together. It does look a lot better than what it did, so that's that, man. Now we're gonna walk over here to the garage, dude. We got to look at this pit bike. So I started looking at it, got my little makeshift paint booth set up there. So with the bike, man, so I got the back wheel mounted, got the sprocket on there, got the disc on there. I did make sure the tires are gonna run in the same direction. I'm sure they were probably supposed to go like this, and they're backwards. But since we're already there, I just went ahead and matched them up. Now, with that, dude, so I started thinking, and I took and I cut this much of the front fender off, right, like that. Now I think it looks better because this was, I mean, it was way out there. Look at that. So I didn't like that. So we trimmed it up since we're trying to make a supermoto out of it. And now this was something else I was thinking, is take and cut off that much of the back fender and round it and make it the same. So I've been out here, man, messing around most of the day, trying to get that swing arm together, you know, and I have some ideas. So as I'm envisioning them, we're going with it, man, like cutting the fender, and then I'm probably, like I just showed y'all, man, I'm probably gonna do the same to the back. I mean, look, the bike looks better. If you go back through my other videos, the bike looks better with the shorter fender, in my opinion, and the wheels. So DIY Dad just showed up right now, guys. We're gonna run and get some parts, and then we're gonna jump into oil changes, which I'm probably not gonna record, but we will go over swapping out the Evap purge valve solenoid on a 2006 Acura TL. Like I stated, man, we got to do an oil change on DIY Dad's car and the truck, and then we're gonna change out the purge valve solenoid right here. Now, we have to wait. O'Reilly's done have one. They should have one here soon. We'll go pick it up and then we'll change it. But we have never went over the oil change on a 2006 Acura TL with a 3.2 liter Vtec. So let's jump underneath this car real quick. I'll show you what we got. Whoa, that camera's going crazy. So you see where the oil's draining from? That's your drain plug. Right? Excuse me, man. Right here, that's your drain plug. Okay, and then your oil filter is right there. This is the passenger side of the vehicle. Now, this is what I use right here to get it off, right? So, and you gotta have that long extension. I'll show you why here in just a second. Let me get it off here. Come on, baby, get off of there. So let me position this camera. Now, you want to take your tool and go just like that, right? And then it'll get up on your oil filter right up there, and voila, you have the longer extension so your 3/8 ratchet can get on there on this side. It will fit in there, see? So, we did the oil changes. We went over the one on the Acura so you know the locations and what kind of tools you're gonna need. Now, the drain plug, the OEM is a 17 millimeter. We had to get an aftermarket, it's an 18 millimeter. But if you have OEM, it's a 17 millimeter socket for your drain plug. Now, since O'Reilly messed us around, dude, and the part hadn't came in yet, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through it. It's simple enough to take off and put on. So we're gonna go through, we're gonna take it off. We're gonna put some WD-40 in there, blow it out with the air gun, put it back on. If they don't get the part today, DIY Dad's gonna drive it the rest of the week. Maybe it'll stay off. When the part comes in, we'll get it swapped out. So let's jump right into this. All you need is a pair of pliers, a 1/4-inch ratchet, a 3-inch extension, and a 10 millimeter socket. So let's get it going, man. First things first, take your hoses off. They're just little tension clamps or constant tension clamps. Now with this here, man, if it's stuck like this one is, just get your pliers, right? Open them up. That's normal. Open them up. Grab it just a little bit, twist it. See how it's broke loose? Boom, right off of there, dude. Now the bottom one's a little harder to get to, so what we're gonna try to do, we're gonna unplug this, depress your tab there, and then pull it off. It's a sealed connection, so it's pretty tight. Now we're gonna back this out. Super simple, 2 bolts, one on the top, one on the bottom, man, that's it. Once you get them loose, you know how we do it. We take the bottom one out first, and then we get to the top one. So we're doing this in real time, man. This is how quick it really actually takes to get this thing off. That bottom one, them threads are probably a little dirty in there. So we just jumped right to the top one. They're fine thread. They're not that bad. They're not long-winded. Finish getting this bottom one off here. And there it is. Do your best to hold on to your bolt. Don't lose your bolt. Actually, the bottom one's got to stop in there. So, that's simple enough. Now, at that point, you can get to your bottom hose better. Pinch your constant tension clamp. There it is. Same thing. I mean, why risk it, right? Because we are trying to reuse it. I mean, just barely grab it, guys. You just want that hose to break. You don't want the plastic to break. See how that rubber hose broke off of there? And there it is. So, we're gonna see, man, it's not looking like we're gonna be able to get in there too much. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna put a little WD-40 down in both sides, let it sit, get my air gun, blow it out. We'll see what it does. Check it out, dude. Like I stated, man, O'Reilly's is screwing us around with the part. So we took it off. It takes, I mean, literally like 10 minutes. So we put, DIY Dad and I started talking about it. So we put PB Blaster in the ends here versus the WD-40. Now, it's only a little pin that goes up and down for your solenoid to open and close it, right? Now, the normally operating position of this valve is closed. So we put some PB Blaster in here and we let it set so it'll penetrate that valve, because the P0497 code on this Acura is a low flow code. It's not a non-operational or anything like that. It just states that it's a low flow, which also states that the pin's hanging up in there. So with the PB blaster hopefully freeing it up, and we put it in there, we're gonna put it back on there, it should operate properly. Now, we are gonna blow it out real good with an air gun for two reasons. One, to get as much moisture out as possible. Two, if I blow air in this side, I should not feel air on this side. It should be closed right now. And vice versa, if I put air on this side, I shouldn't come out of this side. And that'll also let you know that it's at least closing properly. So we're gonna get into all that, dude. I'm gonna go over here and blow this out. We're gonna put it back on and we'll see what it does. I gave you a little misinformation. Now, this is a one-way valve in here. It sits like this on the car, right? So this is your in and this is your out. If you blow air from here to here, you should not get anything through it. If you blow air from here to here, you're gonna get something through it, but you might mess up the diaphragm in there. So you don't wanna get crazy with it. Now, with it sitting on the car, we're gonna go right back through it. We're gonna put it right back on in real time. So let's get it. Now, I never did take off my little hose clamps. I didn't really see the point in that. So we're just gonna slide it back on here. We're losing daylight quick. And make sure you put your clamps exactly back where they came from, man. It is very important. You'll get the best seal possible if you do that. That's what my issue is. I gotta close them pliers all the way. Helps a little better. Ooh. See, right back where it was at. So, where's that top bolt at? I'm gonna throw this top one in there. Always get it started with your fingers first, no cross threading. Fine threads are easy to cross thread. A lot easier than a coarse thread, should I say. Your bottom one, you just need to fill it out. Once you get it in there, check it. You can tell it started. I can still spin it with my fingers, so that's always a bonus. Make sure you get both of them in before you tighten either one of them up. I mean, literally 10 minutes was probably a little bit of a stretch, guys. That literally took 5. I mean, I'm right there. I'm almost done right now. We'll snug them up. They wasn't real crazy on being tight. You just don't want the thing to go anywhere. Boom, there it is. Plug. You heard the click. You're in there, and it's simple as that. So I did erase the code. We did check the code with the thing scan, and I went ahead and erased it, which I shouldn't have, but I did. So DIY Dad's gonna drive it, and we're gonna see if the light comes back on or if it fixed the problem for right now. So with all that, dude, keep living the dream, doing your thing. Like and subscribe. Always hit your boy up with a comment, and we'll holler at y'all on the next one.